There's a lot going on around the natural state, from bears to educational grants. Hayden Balgavy breaks it all down on this morning's Outdoor Report.
Welcome back, everybody. Hayden Balgavy in for Scott Covert on this Saturday morning. The man, the myth, the legend, Trey Reid, Arkansas Game and Fish. He's always here. He doesn't disappoint, like Scott skipping out this morning. Just kidding. We love you, buddy. Trey, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Hayden, how are you?
Hey, great. Doing fantastic. Would be doing even better next week if I can make it up to Northwest Arkansas, because there is a great event, the 3rd annual event going on in Bentonville.
Yeah, March 9th, 1 week from today, kicking off at 9 o'clock in the morning, going on all day at the Benton County Fairgrounds. It's the Arkansas Black Bear Bonanza.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, we used to be the bear state, had an incredible bear population throughout the 19th and early 20th century, but as a story that we tell often, I mean, you know, with Western expansion, European settlement, you know, lots of animals started to disappear, and so we really, there were in the late 1920s, it's estimated there were about 40 or 50 bears remaining in Arkansas.
No kidding.
And those were in the lower White River down in southeastern Arkansas. But the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission in the 1960s primarily, actually started in the late 50s and into the 70s, started reintroducing black bears from the northern U.S. and Canada. And this event sort of celebrates that reintroduction and where we are, because our black bear population is really doing well now. We recently expanded the season to southern Arkansas, where we had not had a season for decades, really.
Now, the season, too, I wanted to ask you about this, because obviously we're used to our deer season, our duck season, the dates and everything. It's a little different when you look at this season.
It is. It's run by dates, but also by a quota system in certain zones. Like in South Arkansas, for instance, where we just opened a bear season 2 years ago. So now that's a very low quota, and once that's hit, it closes down, because we don't want overharvest down there. We are trying to grow that population still a little bit. So a little bit different in the Ozarks and Ouachitas, where the population is more established. But anyway, it's going to be a lot of fun next weekend at the Black Bear Bonanza. This is put on by Backcountry Hunters and Anglers, a great organization, nonprofit that works for public access to land and waters across the country, and a really robust chapter here in Arkansas. So get out and support that. An owl hooting contest, lots of demonstrations. Bear Grease podcast is going to be recording a live episode there.
I heard about the podcast that's going to be recorded.
Absolutely, yeah. So it's there's really a lot to do and a lot of fun. There's even some on-site camping, but you can go to just Google Black Bear Bonanza, and it'll show up on the Backcountry Hunters and Anglers website.
And we're going to have a link to tickets also on thv11.com. Now, we talked about those French settlers who probably killed too many bears in their day. Now, if you're doing wrong nowadays, poaching, doing something you shouldn't be doing, I'm going to say this: even though it's bad, something good can come from it.
Something good does come of it, Hayden. And just last week, the Division of Rural Services, Arkansas Department of Economic Development, administered over $500,000 in grant money collected through Arkansas Game and Fish Commission wildlife and fishing fines, and distributed that to schools and conservation districts across the state. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I mean, I think more than 60 counties were represented, schools in more than 60 counties of our 75 were awarded some of those grants. You know, a lot of people have this misconception that Game and Fish, that money goes back to cover operating costs or capital expenses. It doesn't. It goes into a special pot of money, and we work with Department of Economic Development to distribute that and administer those grants. But yeah, it can be used for stuff like our shooting sports program. So, you know, very, very popular program. Field trips to nature centers, creating an indoor or outdoor habitat at a school. Lots of different uses. As a matter of fact, there are some kids competing later today at the Hot Springs Convention Center in our state championship archery tournament.
There we go.
That likely got their equipment and got their start from some of this grant money.
Well, and I can't thank you enough from someone, I know these big field trips mean a lot, from someone who got to go to these nature centers when I was in school. Just took my son last week, downtown nature center.
Glad to hear that,
awesome.
Hayden.
Fantastic, free. He had a blast too. And then we've been talking so much about this, and one more topic we're going to hit on that's really, really important that folks do need to know about.
Yeah, the last thing I want to leave you with today is it is that time, and we've been talking about this every
Yep.
weekend, but I'm going to mention it every weekend until the survey's down. But we're going through our regulation setting process,
Okay.
and there are a lot of proposals on the table, and also some things we want to get the public's opinions and perceptions of. And you can take that survey at agfc.com. Look, it's divided up into sections where if you just want to weigh in on fishing regulations and you're not a hunter, you can do that. If you're just a hunter and not an angler, just do that. So it's broken down. You don't have to answer every question, and there are a lot, but if you want to, answer all of them. This is the best way to let those commissioners and our agency staff know what's on your mind. If we're proposing something and you're thinking, well, wait a minute, this could affect this, and this is your chance to weigh in on that. It's not a popular vote. If you want, as I told Scott last week or week before, if you say you want duck season to go until the end of February, not going to happen, okay? But it is a chance to share your opinions and thoughts about some of these proposed regulations.
Well, and it's amazing too, you guys and these commissioners sit down, take the time, because you want to hear from Arkansans. You know, it could be some random Facebook comment that people put out there. Look, folks, this is an amazing way to make your voice heard too, and changes can come from this.
Absolutely. I mean, there's several examples I could cite. We do this every 2 years, and the last time we did it 2 years ago, there were some things that were on the table that were taken off the table as a result of some of the feedback we got.
It's like primary season everywhere.
That's right. Even at Arkansas Game and Fish.
Even at Arkansas Game and Fish. So very excited. A lot of exciting stuff coming up. I know we're
fishing,
up.
man. We didn't even talk about fishing yet.
We didn't even get to the fishing.
You know, it turned cold the last couple of days, but I mean, I was getting some really good reports. Walleye starting to move up, striped bass, white bass starting to run, and a lot of people catching crappie already. So it's man, we are on the cusp of some great fishing here in the natural state.
That sound you heard across the state this morning is all those fishermen's ears ching, pinging up, ready to go.
The door slamming and the tires screeching out of the driveway.
I hear Brad Paisley singing right now. Man,
I'm going to miss her.
I'm going to miss her. I'm going to miss her. We'll see you on the water, Trey. Good to see you, brother.
Thanks, Hayden.
Thank you as always. Take care. All right, we got much more information about everything we discussed on thv11.com and, of course, agfc.com.